Good morning, it's Carl from Studio In Car. It's Ferrari California. I know we've been here before, we've got multiple videos on Californias, but I'm going to explain a couple of things on this one because we get asked a lot of questions. You know, what's included, what can we do? Can we do a camera? Can we do steering wheel controls? Can we retain original cameras? We can do all of them things. So I'm going to show you for this one. This one's got OEM camera retention. It's got steering wheel controls connected into the radio. So the OEM steering wheel controls on the back of the wheel there, which a lot of California owners don't really know they have because they're tucked away on the back of the wheel. They're in and working. We've got the Sony 6050, which is wireless CarPlay. Now, wireless CarPlay is probably the primary question we get. People don't want to be connecting up and things like that. Now, with our Sony 6050 unit, we need to connect it up for the sort of initial handshake, or you can set it up wirelessly. I'll run through it with you, but after that initial handshake, it's just completely wireless. You don't have to plug anything in, and you can still use the USB-C for fast charging. It's quite a powerful USB output, input, but power output. So let's discuss a couple of things with the California, and we'll try and nail all of the questions within this one video, and then this video will be the one that I show to, you know, potential customers when they drop us an email and they have some questions for us. Let's run through it. Right, so we're in here. Installation wise, as you can see, it all looks very OEM. We had these cheeks so that we can take up the width of the original unit. The original unit's quite wide and quite shallow. These adapt the sort of 7-inch display to that aperture. All of this has to come out, so it's quite a laborious job. The Ferrari radio comes out from the back. We run a USB-C down to here, so you can run your phone cable, you can charge things up and stuff like that. And then we use CAN control, so coded CAN control. That turns the unit on when the car turns on, it shuts the unit down when the door closes, it controls the steering wheel function, it controls the rear camera action, which I'll show you through now. But what I'm going to do, because I've removed our devices from this radio, so I'm going to show you how to establish it establish a connection wirelessly or via cable, or both, you know. Via cable is quicker, because it just comes on, you know, and it just gives you that handshake straight away. You can see, because it's a Sony, it'll be on like that. So there's no sitting around waiting for this thing to turn on. It's a rapid fire head unit. So if I go to this as it sits right now, will pretty much be how it comes out of the box, other than the fact that we've probably got one radio station that's pre-programmed because we don't know what the client wants to listen to. See our steering wheel controls here. There you go. So they're all working, and then if I turn that up again, you can scan radio with the other button and skip tracks and things like that. So it's very basic functionality, but it is what Ferrari give us in terms of steering wheel control. I've just got to turn this down. So if I go home, if I go all apps, go devices, you'll see that there's no devices in there. Add new device. Now what I've got to do on my phone is look for a 6050, okay? The prompt says go to Bluetooth device, search screen on your smartphone, then select XAVAX6050, which is this unit. Please follow the instruction on your smartphone and, you know, this unit during setup. And as you'll see, down the bottom there we've got a 6050. Select that bad boy, pair that. It's all very standard Bluetooth connection. You know, allow your stuff to sync, and then this will connect, and then it comes up with a prompt to say, you know, please select one of the wireless connection types below. If you select Bluetooth, it will just be like a standard head unit and you can stream to it via Bluetooth. If you put Apple CarPlay, away we go, and it gives us a nice little bing. And you can see, you know, we're Apple CarPlay straight away, so, you know, that would be the same with Android Auto, the same as it is with Apple CarPlay. Or if you didn't want to establish the connection wirelessly, if it's a bit cumbersome, you can just plug the cable in and it will just automatically connect to CarPlay. It'll ask you a couple of prompts, yes, and away you go. Now, that's it. That is this, in my opinion. The California is only really dated in its infotainment. Everything else about it is absolutely gorgeous, but the usability of the infotainment unit is just dreadful. Even at the time, it was 10 years old. So, you know, now to bring it into 24, there's things like CarPlay and things like another thing people don't appreciate a lot of the time when they request a standalone navigation, all right? So a unit that has its own navigation. Them maps, it's only a one-time thing. They're going to need updating, they're going to need paying for. There's probably some crazy cheap third-party web-based app that you're going to have to go to download the files from. Your phone has maps built in, and then maps update every single time your phone updates, or every single time the app updates. It could be every night if it wanted to, but you will always have the current version of maps straight in there. You know exactly where you are. You don't even need to dial in here. You could just, you know, Siri, take me home. Hopefully it knows what
Getting directions to home.
So, you know, you don't need to type that stuff in. You can just, there you go. So I don't want to go home because I'm at work for the day, but you know, it's endless really. Absolutely stellar upgrade. We have multiple packages for these, which, you know, this is our sort of our head unit package. We don't really offer anything other than this, other than if a client wanted, say, a CD player or something like that, we can change the head unit. We don't advise going away from Sony because they're just the most reliable. They sound the best, they're the quickest. You know, that's just the way they are. But if someone does have a particular request, of course, we can bend to that. But at other stages, they have amplification, they have speakers, they have a small subwoofer that plays through the ski hatch. You know, we can really boost the sound in these cars as well. So, yeah, I've shown you the steering wheel controls. They work. I've shown you it switching on. I'll show you it switching on afterwards. But the next thing to show you will be starting the actual car and then putting in reverse. This is going to get a little bit noisy, but bear with me. There we go. You know, the Sony gives us lines if we want to use them. We can move them things around in the settings, or we can turn them off. I prefer to turn them off. The car's kicking off because it's in reverse. It's quite close to the van. Doors are open. It is what it is. These things absolutely love to tell you about what's going on around you, as you'll probably know. But anyway, so I'm out of reverse. Everything goes back to normal. You've got Carplay back. Turn the engine off, and away we go. Right, that's it. That's our sort of Carplay installation in a nutshell, and what you can expect from that upgrade. You know, so drop us an email. I'll put everything below that you need to get in touch with us. If you've got any requirements, of course, we can see what we can do about those things, and we can hash it out via email. But our costs are written out. You know, we have sort of pre-written pricing for various different specs, and yeah, give us a shout if you're after bringing your California into sort of 24, you know, into sort of new tech. All right, I'm Carl, this is Studio In Car. Take it easy.